cameras roll, yeah, it's time to lock in. HBCU overdrive where the conversation starts and wins. Every week we break it down, every headline, every play. Giving flowers to the legends while the future finds its way. HBCU Saturday, they got the fans glued to the screen. HBCU tonight with Doc Holliday. Keep it clean from the swag to the MEAC. Every story get respect. SIAC, CIAA, independent, never left. Tailgates, band battles, coaches talking X's and O's. Players chasing greatness while the culture only grows. Jackson State, VI love, we shine over every school. If it's HBCU business, then you know that's what we do. No gossip, just a fact with a southern state of mind. Real voices, real moments, every episode designed. This our sports, this our culture, this our legacy alive. Turn it up and ride with us. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive.
Woo! What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We are back with another HBCU tonight. Always powered by HBC Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. But really, most of all, subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching on Twitter, because you know we do this always on Twitter also, hit that follow button and then come on to the YouTube side and hit that subscribe button. As always, we got Mr. Killer Rosier. What's going on? Always with FAMU showing love. We got Miss Natasha up in the building, as always. And congratulations to her. She is a new member. She is a new member. She is a new member. And if you want to join, like I said, you want to join, you can hit that join button for the good low price of $1.99 now. Yeah, I went down. What up, though? What up, though? Man, look, we are 4 minutes away. 4 weeks away from 4 weeks away from football starting now. We are 4 weeks away from football starting off. Yes. I got you. Yeah, it's almost that time. We got some stuff to talk about. It's been some ongoing rumblings in these HBCU streets, but we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. And we gonna have a good old conversation about this, man, because I think it's much needed. In fact, let me go ahead and invite my compadres up here. All right, Troy, you see it in the group chat. I just put it in the group chat, so you should be able to see it. Yo, why is you tripping? Why are you tripping? I will be in Nigeria. And I'm going to Nigeria. I'm going to Nigeria. We gonna sizzle. We gonna sizzle. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. You know, we gonna sizzle. We gonna sizzle. Oh Lord. I ain't got no sense whatsoever, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Trying to figure out what jet I want to put on tonight. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out what. Go. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this one right here. I'm gonna go with this one right here. Shout out to the D. Shout out to the D. First and foremost, to get through everything. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all. What up, EA? What's up, big bro? I'm gonna tell y'all. It is hotter than a raccoon's ass outside right now. It is. It is hotter. Oh my God. What's up, Quay? Quay. It is hotter than I don't know. I don't know what type of description I'm gonna get with this heat out here because I figured, y'all know I live in Dallas, in Texas. Dallas heat is different from Houston heat. Houston heat, you got you close to the Gulf, so you're gonna get humidity. Dallas heat up here in North Texas, North Central Texas, it's like it's like everybody pissed the devil off and he just got his foot on our back right now. It's ridiculous outside, man. I looked at my watch. I looked at my watch the other day, right? And I was like, I know this shit do not say 100. It was 105 the other day. It was 100. It was 105 the other day. What's up? EA, heat advisory for the next 2 days does not mean nothing for us. If you get a heat advisory, it just said like it's telling niggas to stay in the house. And if you go outside, go out after 9 o'clock when the sun go down. 103 in Jackson. Oh shit. That's crazy. What's it like in Tampa St. Pete?
81, 80. Like right, okay, so let me do a 10-day. 10-day outlook. We don't get back to 90 until Monday.
But y'all got humidity though.
But it's all rain. We got rain every day. Hey, Miss Lady. We got 100% today, 43% tomorrow, 48, 77th man, all ranked.
We need rain then, goddamn it. We need some rain up here.
No, y'all was getting rain when we wasn't getting it.
But still, we need some rain. We haven't had no rain. Yeah, had no rain in the last almost 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. Charles, bro, you is not making it any better for us. You in Indianapolis, you up in the Midwest. We know it's gonna be cool up there. So here, I don't know about Mississippi. I know in Texas, the high schools cannot practice in the dead of heat during summer workouts. They cannot practice in the dead of heat. So most of the time, kids practice early in the morning, and then they'll practice late in the afternoon. And it might not be a full pattern practice. It might be just cleats and shorts, shorts, and cleats. We had a lot. I know in recent years here, we had a lot of kids that had died from heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Really, heat stroke. Oh wow, that's. But you know what though? That's the reason why a lot of games are at nighttime during football season, especially August, late August, early September. Most games are at night. I know here in Dallas, most of our games are in evening time, but still, they're gonna still try to get it done. But and speaking of Dallas, man, whew, it has been a tough weekend for my boy Earl Spence. He got his head knocked off over the weekend, but at the end of this last fight, he decides that he is putting up the gloves for good. So he got, he leaving with money in his pocket, and he got all his faculties. And I'm gonna say this: for one, he ain't recovered. He really hasn't recovered from the car accident that he was in a couple of years ago. But he really ain't recovered since Bud Crawford whooped the dog shit out of him. But Earl Spence, he gets to go home, be with his kids and his wife. And like I said, he keeps all his mental faculties and everything. He got his bread up. I don't know what to say. But I will say he only got 2 losses. The second loss was this past weekend. But that first loss was against Bud Crawford a couple of years ago. So shout out to him. He made put us on the map. He made Oak Cliff proud. So that's all I can say about that right there. What's going on? What's going on, Katie? What's going on, Donterius? But other than that, whew, Look who's finally who's up for the party. Look who is up for the party. It's Miss Danny. What's going on?
Hey y'all.
Girl, my girl look like she's going through it. Crook. Yeah, we know the Rick beat him. I mean, yeah, that Rick beat him. You know, he ain't recovered. He wasn't recovering from that. But shoot, when he fought Bud, he did not recover from Bud whooping his ass. He did not recover from Bud whooping his ass.
Y'all
Let's see.
Like that's the easy. If somebody put their hands on you and you can't go to your car, it's gonna take a minute for you to recover mentally. Because in your mind, you like, I could have shot him in his pinky toe. But that ain't professional. I gotta give people some grace.
But you want to know who was chasing him?
Who was chasing him?
Mo 3 was chasing him.
I remember that.
Mo 3 was chasing him down on Riverfront. And Earl was, I don't know if it was a Lambo, whatever type of car. I know it's a sports car, but it was low to the ground. And on Riverfront, the road, that street is like, whew, that street is like driving through gravel. That street, like, I'm talking about super pothole. Yeah, he didn't, but he didn't fight Bud. That's no shell crook. He fought him because he thought he was ready, and Bud was the only other person that was in his way that was still undefeated. You had 2 undefeated boxers at the time. Yeah, Mo 3 was spotted, but Mo 3 chased his ass. And the only reason why Mo 3 chased him because Earl was real cool with Yellow Beezy. So, and that trial has already started up too. So the WNBA had their All-Star game this past weekend. And and while this weekend was all the festivities, they was over there at the Obama library in the basketball gym. Dejanay Carrington was saying was spilling the tea about her ex-girlfriend, Nalissa Smith. She was spilling all the tea, dropping all the hints that she done fled with her. She done been with her teammates, ex-teammates, this woman, this chick, this chick, this chick, this chick. And I think that's the reason why Dallas traded them. The Wings traded them because they ain't want no distractions there. And as you see, once they got off the team and you see what they doing now.
I just don't understand the point of airing everybody's dirty laundry like that. Like, what you trying to do? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's an angry ex. That's an angry ex. Then are you hiding babies?
I am. Y'all want to see him? Hunter, come here. Hunter, come here. Come here. Come say hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Can you say hi? He's trying. He think he's
Yeah, that's all right. We got it. We know. It's
What's
your
up,
first.
man?
say hi. Uh-oh. Did you just close out of it? Are we
No, we
still
still
here?
here.
Oh.
You still there?
Say hi. Huh? Yeah. You see Hunter. Yeah, that's you. That's TT, yes. Look, Lady T said, "Hi, Hunter. Say hi." You said, who is that? His name is Doc. And that's Troy. Doc
What's
and
up?
Troy.
What's up?
Yeah, Rock. Almost. Wrong letter. Doc with a D, not Rock. Yeah.
I am not kicked out. I'm in the tent because I have peace out here. I can say what I want to say. We can talk about police. I can say whatever I want to say. Ain't no
You can
repercussions.
talk about Jill Scott without the blonde haired lady trying to suplex him.
Matter of fact, the blonde haired lady getting on my nerves right now. Marlo got a boat. I ain't got no boat. And I ain't got no boat because somebody keep telling me that I don't need no boat.
She said you don't need no. She said you don't need no boat.
She said I don't need no boat.
Why not? Shoot,
Hold on. She said I don't need no boat right now.
Oh, well, y'all try to move though, right? So y'all still in the y'all still in the
yeah, we still in that process. We looked at one Sunday. Looked at one Sunday, and I ain't gonna talk about people, but if you're trying to sell a house, cut the grass.
Oh,
cut the grass.
It was that bad.
The house was nice. Don't get me wrong. The house was nice, right?
The yard look a wreck.
The yard look a wreck. Hey, Crook, it will be no fireplaces. I am not in the MEAC. It won't be no fireplaces. That's that man's thing. Let him have his thing.
Troy said, "My name ain't Kobe." Yeah, Kobe, I'm coming for the fireplace if you watching. We coming for the fireplace.
The Orange Blossom Classic sent out their media credentials link. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. But
so we got let's see what else we got going on right now. What else we got going on right now before we get into the good stuff?
Oh, I was about to say I'm waiting on to tell these people that they keep messing with Erica. It's gonna be a problem. I will be in Nigeria taking your mama to Sizzler. Keep playing with me.
We gonna sizzle. We gonna sizzle.
Cause see, a lot of us act like y'all don't know. Most of them accounts are hacked accounts that are now trying to get monetized from a hack account. So this is the scheme. They send a link saying, "Hey, vote for me to be on this podcast." You click the link, you lose access to your Twitter. Now they got your account, posting on your account, trying to get the numbers up to get monetized. All you gotta do is follow me. I point the shit out. This man said.
Yep. Ooh, they bringing back. Hey, they bringing back out the Space Jam 11 this year. Try to save my little money up. And this one got the 23 on the back. on the backside of the shoes. The ones I got, I got the ones from 2016. They got the 45s on the back. So, oh yeah, because it's this year is Space Jam 30th. It's the 30th anniversary of Space Jam this year. So, y'all don't know, I'm a sneaker person. To let y'all know. Good news. Good news.
Shoes this weekend.
Good news on the home front. My kidneys and my prostate and my bladder are A-okay.
That's what's up.
So, but my doctor seen that, she said she's kind of worried. She's like, you got a little fatty liver, so you know what that means. You got to change your diet. You got to lose weight, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, you got to lose weight.
Believe it or not, that's easier than you think it is. But again, I had a whole scare, so that made it a little bit easier. But let them people scare you good and get your life right.
Oh, I'm getting my life right. Yo, Adrian is stupid. Quick is stupid.
I didn't lose my nuts, motherfucker. I keep telling you this. I got 2 good working nuts. I lost a prostate. God damn it.
I know. Yo.
But you know what else I got? I got 100 milligram chiclets. That's all you need to know.
And then she go bouncy.
I'm gonna be a menace in the street.
He said, but what he tried to say is, watch out, I might take your mama.
It's safe in the streets right now. And then went to the doctor today because I had to have my annual. He was like, you know what? We can get you some testosterone treatment so we can help that even more. Excuse me? I need to hold on. So first off, I'm glad that blonde haired lady wasn't here.
Hey, we got Keith in the building. I'm gonna send a link to you, Keith.
2, we not doing no vacation sex on a Tuesday. We not doing that shit. So she wasn't there. She don't know about it. It's all good. Oh man.
Oh my goodness. I don't know
what?
What did we do? What is going on?
Let me call you homeboy. Let me call you homeboy, because
why is the chat always so reckless? Like, just absolutely unhinged every night. Every night.
Hey, I sent you a link to Doc Show.
Show it. We about to get on here. Right. Let's go ahead and talk about this.
Show it now. Okay. All right.
We'll get to it. What's going on, Mr. Ford? How you doing today?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Troy.
What's going on, sir?
What's going on? I'm trying to see, Doc, you got any dates on when the people report to camp, man?
I think they go back next week.
Next week, yeah. Because I know them people got them 29th games. They usually go back to the last of July.
I thought they were allowed to report on the 26th.
Okay.
or the 25th. The last, I thought it was the last Saturday of July, but I could be tripping.
So they should have reported. They should be in camp now.
Have they? I might. I need to
Let's
check on
see.
that. But I
I
thought it
think we do go
was.
this.
Huh?
I think we do go this week. I think most of them start this week, like Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like
Yeah,
that.
I thought it was the last Saturday of July, which would be, well, maybe it's August 1st. Maybe it is August 1st. It it's like a, I can't, I think that, I don't know if the NCAA is 28 games, 28 days prior to your first date of competition. I gotta look it up. I can't remember. I think it's for the NAIA, so I could be getting confused.
Let's get into this right here. So last week on the last week for the media day, Commissioner Steels was on there, and she basically said they asked the question about I know Ryan asked the question about the NIL and everything. So basically, this is what it was said that the MEAC Commissioner Steels warns the college athlete employee model could destroy HBCU athletics. We have student athletes chasing the dollar. She said we had to calm that down to go back to the old days. If you transfer one time, great. If you transfer a second time, you have to sit out. You have to get the focus back on education. What do you think about it? What are y'all points about what she said about that as far as HBCUs can't afford pay to play?
As it stands right now, many HBCUs cannot. However, you can set up systems. You can have systems in place where you can raise the money for that. You can start a collective. You can start, various partnerships. There are ways to do it, but it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight.
Okay. Troy?
If we say the president isn't above the Supreme Court, why is the commissioner of the MEAC above the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court told y'all players can monetize their name image and likeness. If Congress, and remember, here's the funny part, like while all us media personalities and content creators were screaming bloody murder about the different versions of the congressional bill to save college athletics, it was the conferences that was like, yeah, let's sign on. Thank God for the Congressional Black Caucus that said, nah, we're not doing that. Because the Supreme Court said you can't take athletes' ability to make money away from them. And the fact that nobody, and again, we get advantages, we don't take advantage of them, and then we complain. So the CSC said, we're not worried about no deals under $10,000. You know the average FCS deal is 30,000 and under, and that's the high end. So you are right in that sweet spot of 10,000 and under.
No.
We can figure out a way to get our good athletes $10,000 and don't have to deal with none of the foolishness. Ain't nobody hanging up no deals or none of that. Quit playing in our face, man. You worried about some athletes. Figure out how you're going to increase the revenue of the MEAC. That's the conversation. But you want to give us smoke and mirrors on that little bit of ESPN deal. But I digress.
What's your take on it, Mr. Ford?
Well, the main thing that would probably hurt us is if they classify those athletes as employees. And once they classify them as employees, there's certain things we're not going to be able to afford. We won't be able to afford the insurance. And then if they, unionize, now some schools would survive, but the majority of our schools would not survive. They
Right.
wouldn't. Yeah. Now we'd have some schools like Troy saying, there are some schools that would be innovative and they would come up with the money, but the overwhelming majority of our schools, they wouldn't be able to play sports. Because we especially the private black schools now, we catching hell keeping the doors open, man. Because the philanthropy and the giving and all of that is way down compared to say 5 or 10 years ago, man. It's
Right.
way down. So she got a point, but I think that, like Troy said, that would be some schools that would survive, but the overwhelming majority would not.
Well, we've seen it happen once before with Northwestern University
Yeah,
when they went to court and said that they were going to unionize, and basically they busted that and said, nope, you're not going to be able to do that. You can't do that. Basically they said it's the un-American way, but unions have been an American way for a very long time, pretty
yeah,
much over 100 years. Like I said, I agree with some of the things that she said, but I also agree with Troy. How are you going as a commissioner for your conference? How are you going to be able to generate the revenue for your conference when you only have 6 football playing schools and 8 schools altogether? Mr. Keith, what's going on? Fangs Up Podcast is in the building.
Not much. Appreciate the invite, Doc.
Anytime. We talking about what Commissioner Steele said about the pay for play for athletes at HBCUs. What's your take on it?
I don't think it's a problem for the public universities. I think because if they become employee universities, they become state employees. So I actually think depending on how you classify them, it actually becomes beneficial. Because for instance, I know when I worked in college, I was a state employee, and though I didn't do it the right way, if I had done it a different way, I would have gotten my full-time retirement benefits for it. So those benefits could carry on to now, where I did get some type of benefits, but I was an FRS employee. So I don't think for the public schools it's really that big of an issue with them becoming regular institution employees, because that becomes part of the state university budget. And you see within the state of Florida where they've already increased the allocation for student athletes, where it's saying how much universities can spend. So I do think for the private schools, you do have some concerns there, but I think that's where you start to really lean into what type of deals do you have going on. You know, we know the MEAC just did a new deal with ESPN. Also, the MEAC just restarted MEAC TV. So I'm not as concerned about the players getting paid as far as being listed as employees, because I see that as an actual great opportunity for them to be student athlete employees. But I also see where you are probably going to make some adjustments to some of these people getting high salaries. I mean, you may not have athletic directors at schools like FAMU getting $250,000. You may not have supporters of the president getting $225,000. I mean, you look at a school like FAMU, before you get to the football field, you can name names and already hit $1 million in just salaries. And these people aren't coaches. So I think some of that's going to end up changing, just so that you can, reallocate some of those funds to the student athletes. And then you're going to, I think the long-term initiative for college football, and sad, but it's true, it's a sport that involves Black athletes. So we all know that sports that are highly Black tend to be salary cap sports. You notice MLB has no salary cap. Look at the demographics. The NHL no real salary cap, right? Look at the demographics. But if you look at the NBA and the NFL, look at the demographics, hard salary caps with consequences. So I think what's eventually going to happen with college sports is you're going to eventually have salary caps, and they're going to tell teams how much they can spend. And I think that's what they're going to end up doing, especially once you see schools, conferences like the SEC start to really pull away versus just making the schools pick what they're going to be good at.
All right.
Well, you're right about that salary. Listen, they ain't got a choice about that salary cap on the collegiate level. Did you see the debt that the Big Ten is in? They're going to have to have a salary cap because they can't keep giving these kids no $5 and $6 and $7 million. They can't withstand that. And with the debt, I mean, they had the debt. Michigan, I think, has a debt of like $200 million or $300 million.
Was that Michigan or Ohio State? I thought it was Ohio State.
One of them got a debt of like 200 or 300 million. They're not going to be able to operate. You're right. They're going to have a salary cap. They don't have a choice.
Well, oh my goodness. And let's keep back. Let's stay on the MEAC. Let's stay on the MEAC. She also said during the media day last week that the MEAC is the Ivy League of HBCUs. And I think that's
a talking point, Doc. That's a talking point.
It's a talking point.
That's all it was. Because let me tell you something. The MEAC is so shaky right now. Listen, they got 6 football playing schools. If one of them schools get upset, the MEAC is like a dinosaur. So I'm telling you, that's a talking point.
Academically, they're resting their laurels on one school. Like academically, there's only one MEAC school that you can claim that. The rest of them, while they are not bad schools, we've seen where Compton State has done some revolutionary things. We've seen, just as far as getting their enrollment up, but they don't play football. UMES is trying to do some stuff like you see, but when it comes to like that R1 status, there's only one school in the MEAC that you're even having that conversation about, and it's Howard.
Right. Yeah, I think they're going with the R1 research status, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know Morgan is coming up, because Morgan is talking about opening up a medical school. So they coming up. You remember the lady, Mackenzie Scott? She gave them like 50. Yeah, I think she gave them 40 or 50 billion. So they looking to do things. They even talking, the president has said at Morgan that they want to come to the Celebration Bowl. And I think they can do it. It's just they just don't have that premier leader as head coach. But I think they can, monetarily, they can do it. They just don't have they don't have the big time coach.
Morgan does that. They also don't have access to the talent. Like I think if we're being honest, once you get to that area, I can't think of how many times we say Baltimore is like known for NFL caliber talent. And I think they're getting the last vestiges of any of the players in the DMV area. So, I don't think they have the requisite talent to really compete with the better teams in the SWAC or the MEAC, honestly.
I have to disagree with you. You're sitting right there in the middle of the DMV. Morgan can go down to Florida and get all the athletes they want. I'm telling you again, it's not the personnel. It's the leader of the program. I like Coach Wilson. He was very successful at Bowie State. He's done all he can do for that program. They are lacking a big-time coach. They are in the same position that Prairie View was in when they had Bubba McDowell. Same position.
Prairie View's in Texas, though. Like that's a different fight. That's a different fight.
I'm trying to tell you, those kids, you can from that DMV, you can go into North Carolina and get them kids. You can come into Georgia, South Carolina, and you can come into Florida. Because like everybody say, it's enough. It's over 21 million people in Florida. It's enough athletes in Florida for everybody in the country. Florida is just like Texas and California. Athletes galore on every street corner.
They don't come down.
It's not personnel. That's not their issue. The issue with Morgan State is they don't have the T.C. Taylor, the Eddie Robinson, the Tremaine Jackson. That's what they don't have. If they get that, baby, let me tell you something. Because all you got to do is look at Morgan State's history. Nothing's new under the sun. They won under Hurt. They won under Earl Banks. If they did it one time, they can do it again. At one time, Morgan State was called the Beast of the East because of the athletes that was coming to Morgan State.
You putting TC and E Rob in the same sentences. That's a strong statement. I ain't gonna lie. Respectfully.
Well, I mean, Rob ain't won the Celebration Bowl, but I think it's coming. I do believe it's coming. It might be this year.
I think this will be the year.
Yeah, this with the body kid, you know. Hey, I think this could be their year.
Here's my count on Florida kids at Morgan State. There are 12 that are currently listed on this roster. There are 4 that I know about that isn't on this roster right now. So you got about between, I'm gonna give them 15 in case somebody didn't get in. But you got 15 players from Florida, most of which Jacksonville, Central Florida, and I think you got one from Deerfield Beach. There is no excuse, and I haven't even done the Maryland DMV people. At this point, I know what you have in your quarterback room. I'm not giving you no excuses no more. At some point, you got to be, it's only 6 teams in the conference. You got to be the number 2 team in the conference at least this year.
You're talking about Morgan?
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan is all potential. That's what they play the best defense in HBCU football, no doubt about it. But like I tell everybody, watching their offense is like watching paint dry. Okay, and that's why I say I think that Coach Wilson has done as much as he can do. It's time for a change. It's time for a change.
If I were to make that change, I would look no further than Charlotte, North Carolina. I think for me personally, I think
you're talking about Coach
coach. I would look at him as the next coach if I were hiring anyone. But I still struggle to see Maryland really. I struggled. I mean Morgan to see them really stepping out. I mean just having. Obviously, you have South Carolina State in the machine that is, and really South Carolina State has the benefit of they can literally go anywhere. In 5 hours, South Carolina State can hit every state they need to hit. And, major cities.
Georgia, Florida. Virginia. Yeah.
Yes. So,
well, as far as Morgan is concerned, like I always tell people, when I was on selection committees, we always look for championship coaches. We always said we want somebody that's been there, done that. I've said over and over. Brian Jenkins won the MEAC 4 times. Been there, done that. If you want a champion, if you want somebody to win the MEAC, he's done it 4 times. Been there, done that.
Well, let's get into this right here. Tuskegee came out with some code of conduct changes, and I think I like what they putting out there. Basically, they saying, "Hey, girls, don't come in that classroom with that damn bonnet on, and
house
guys,
shoes.
and house shoes, pajamas, and guys don't come in there with no do-rag. We gonna have a strict dress code policy when you go to class." I don't see any issue with this.
I don't either. My thing is, you're going to go make a presentation to Byron Allen with some house shoes on, with a bonnet on your head, with your pants sagging. You're going to go talk to Byron Allen, and you're going to ask him for $1 million, and you got on house shoes, a bonnet on your head, or a do-rag, and you asking him for $1 million. Make that make sense.
I think it was.
You know what it started? This started when I'm gonna try and be politically correct when I say this. When the bros invaded Silicon Valley, and you no longer had to be dressed to the nines to get money. It has trickled down for a while. It's been going down for a while, but it's been trickling down since I remember showing up to a meeting as a programmer in a shirt and tie, slacks, and nice shoes. And a motherfucker showed up with a t-shirt on. We stopped the meeting. What are you doing? They thought that was okay.
So here's something I look at. And there's a couple of schools. There's one school in particular here in Dallas at Paul Quinn College that implements the same. They have the same type of dress code policy for their students, and they've been doing it for the last 15, 16 years, ever since Dr. Terrell, the president, took over the school back in the mid 2000s. So, of course, you can't go out. So this is during class time. Basically, all they said is this is during class time. All you doing is just basically you go to class. You are a business. You know what I'm saying? You are business attire, business casual attire, right? Can't have no tennis shoes. Can't have no do-rag. Can't have no bonnet. You can't have no house shoes, flip flops, none of that stuff. Because the model is I'm trying to get you prepared for the, you know what I'm saying, for what's coming up, what's going to happen when you leave from these doors of Paul Quinn College. I don't see the issue. I don't see the issue with I don't see no issue with the dress code policy. And then the blowback is coming from people who like don't got no type of, it's like you ain't got no type of decorum, no sense, no whatever. Like, ain't no school gonna tell me what I can and can't wear. Well, if you want to stay at that school, you're gonna go ahead and do what they say.
Well, Doc, listen, I think I'm the oldest one on this cast right here. When I was in high school in the mid '70s, and they would take us to see Florida A&M play schools like Tennessee State and Tuskegee for the homecoming. Do you know they demanded that we dress as if we were going to church? Do you know we dressed to go see Florida A&M play football? This is no.
Yeah.
I mean, I could show you some pictures of how we dressed
They did at Grammy.
as high school students to go see Florida A&M. You would think that we were going to church, okay?
They did at
And I
Grammy.
tell people all the time that the reason these kids want to wear them bonnets and them do-rags and all that, because they want to be like Lil Wayne and that crew. That's where it's coming from. They believe that they can be like them hip-hop people, and it's not going to work. Like I just told you, when you standing up in front of power, you're not going to stand up in front of them with no do-rag on your head, with no bonnet on your head, and with no with no house shoes. It's not going to work. But I'm telling you,
A lot of our kids,
we have come down. When I was in college, I went to college in the late '70s. You basically came to class with shirt and tie on. You didn't have to do it every day, but you went to class with shirt and tie, and it wasn't strange.
I went to Catholic school. We had the dress code too, shirt and tie. That's why I graduated from Catholic school.
yeah, but a lot of our kids, it's about comfort. And that's unfortunately the thing you see in the classroom is their comfort to them is so important. So they don't value and they don't understand the reason for looking professional. Like for them, you're able to get what you want dressing like this. Why do I need to look better? And so I think a lot of it when it comes to college in general is, I know when I was a FAM, there was a standard. Like you had to come to class looking a certain kind of way. Like the professor set a standard. They told you, hey, this is what you need to look like. We're trying to set you up for a professional setting. So when you go to these places, don't come looking like this. And when they had the job fairs, if you didn't look professional, they would turn you around at the door and say, no, you're not going to embarrass us today. So I think some of it, that I love the idea of setting the standard. I definitely like the idea of continuing the standard because it's something that has been lost. And I think it goes past the Lil Wayne portion of it to the point of in public school these days, dress code oftentimes isn't enforced because everything else is more important. The kids, especially from where a lot of our kids are coming from, did they come to school? Let alone dress code. Like I can file you up for dress code all day long, but if you're missing 20, 30 days of school, at a certain point you start being like, I'd rather you just get this data and get these numbers. So there's a piece of it, but a lot of our kids, they just don't understand why you're supposed to dress appropriately for certain events.
You're right, Keith, and just what I was talking about. And there's one HBCU that doesn't, that's the requirement. And also this HBCU doesn't have any Greek letter organization or anything. That's in Huntsville, Alabama, Oakwood University, Seventh-day Adventist institution. They're very strict about that. They do not play about that. And that's what Brian McKnight and his Take Six and many other. Little Richard went to school there. People forget about that HBCU, but Seventh-day Adventists, they're very strict. The Sabbath is on Saturday, and the thing about it, if you don't want to follow, they say, hey, you can't be here. That's one they operate just like BYU, to tell you the truth.
Well, he from Florida A&M. He know what Dr. Silver Mobley said about dress. He know what she said. You remember Dr. Silver Mobley, right?
I did not take her, but we had the same standards in the Department of Education.
So listen, one of the things she always said, dress for success. Fake it till you make it. Okay? If you might not have $1 million, but you dress like you got $1 million.
Yeah. And
but I think that's the mindset that we need to have. That's the mindset that we need to have. Like, dress like $1 million. You want to dress like $1 million bucks. If you want to dress like a CEO, you want to think like one. You should dress like one and act like one. I mean, that's the way. I'll be honest with y'all. If my granny was still alive right now, she will get on me just by the way that I look when I get out to go to work. Because my grandmother did not play when it came to the way my pants look. If they didn't have a crease in it, you know what I'm saying? If they didn't have a crease in it, if my shoes look kind of dirty, she'll tell me to clean my shoes off. If my shirt looked wrinkly, she'll tell me to take that damn shirt off and put some heat on it, knock the wrinkles out. If my hair wasn't straight or anything like that, or even just, look kempt, she'll tell me, hey, go fix that before you walk out the house. Because at the end of the day, she always tell me, is that the way that you present yourself is the way that you're gonna represent that last name in our family. And I never thought about it like that as much until I got, when you get into when I got in my 20s and my mid-20s, and this is after I had my first daughter. And it's like, okay, I understand where she's coming from. Because I don't want to go to work looking all raggedy and stuff like that. I want to go to work looking presentable. You never know, because you never know who's going to step into the place.
I'm gonna tell you all one thing. Hey, you all know him quite well. Graduate of North Carolina A&T. Dave, he was working for an engineering firm there in Providence, Rhode Island. He was talking to Markham Banks. They had a discussion on their show. What's that show? MD, and they were just having a discussion about Dave said he went up to that was State University of Albany, and he was at a job fair. He said the ones that came up to him to the table. He said they came up there. They had on shirt and shorts. They said they had to. They said they met. They had to require. They were they had stuff for the company. But what happened? They were not properly attired, and they came up there with shirt and shorts. And what happened? He said he called back to the firm and told them that what was going on. So they hadn't landed anyone for the job. He decided he could have left. He said, but he decided to just stay on there. And what happened? He said this young black guy came up to the table. He was properly attired, and he came up and talked to him. And what happened? He said he ended up getting the job. What happened? He got to talking. He said Dave had his North Carolina A&T lapel pin on, and this young man had never heard of North Carolina A&T, and he was explaining to him about it. He said he knew of Howard, but he had never heard of North Carolina A&T. And Dave was telling about them producing black engineers and all, and they had a great conversation. And he said he wasn't offended by it. And what happened? He said the young man got the job. He said he was properly attired, and the rest is history. He said, but those others they had on shirt and shorts. He said they were automatically out of it at the job fair.
But yeah, that's another thing. You dress up for your job fair as a young person because you're trying to impress them. You're trying to impress a manager or supervisor, head of HR, a CEO. You don't, like I said, you don't know who's gonna be in the building. You don't know who's gonna walk in that door.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's an issue. I think and here's the thing though, y'all. It's not like you gotta wear it the whole time. You only wearing it when you go to class. You only wearing it, you know what I'm saying? You're only wearing it out when you go to class. I know once your class time is over with, you can change and be comfortable.
Yeah.
You can go and change, be comfortable, and just do what you do. But it's all about the presentation when you go to class, with the instructor. Sometimes they don't want to see that. They look at you and be like, you know what? I got to deal with this year.
Coach Eddie Robinson at Grambling used to do that with those players. The players, the football players, and they've traveled. They had to be in suits, and they always talk about with him at Grambling. And one of the guys I know that played for Coach Robinson, he didn't have a suit. He said what happened? He didn't have a tie. They told him, said, well, you need to. He said you're not gonna. They don't let you on the. You're not gonna travel if you don't have a suit. He said he had to come to Monroe to find a suit. He said it didn't fit. He said you had to get a suit quickly. And one of the guys in media, they say even the people in media, one guy had a jogging set on. Coach Rob stopped and said, "Hey, where are you going?" And he said, "I went on the football team," but the fact of the meeting said, "No, you have to." He said, "It goes for you. You have to wear a suit as well." Coach Rob was like that. He said, "You have to wear a suit," and also, his requirement during the time he said that the players had to go to church. They operate like a church-supported institution at Grambling. My folks came along.
When you think about it, and when you think about it, even when certain sports organizations implemented a dress code for a minute. Remember the NBA when David Stern was still alive, he implemented a dress code, but I think he did that out of kind of like out of spite. It
was Allen Iverson that forced him to do the dress code.
Yeah,
it was Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
and he's gonna bring everybody from Hampton with him. Old neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was because of Allen Iverson. You're right, Mr. Ford. I remember that. Yeah, I came out of high school the same year as Iverson in 1993. Yeah, I remember all that stuff going on.
It might be something right here. Dress above me is yet another instance of proximity to whiteness.
I can't agree. Only reason is because I work in a public school and we're 96% black, and they wear hoodies and shorts every day. I mean, so it's some of it is it's what you're used to seeing. Like I think we devalue the impact of seeing someone that gets up and looks professional every day. Like there's a piece of you when you get up in the morning, and Doc, you talked about how your grandmother had that expectation. There was an expectation within your household to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
I always saw Sunday morning, my dad wore a suit going to church. He wore polos and slacks going to work. So, even now I wear polos and slacks. And so there was a standard there. And I think in a lot of our households, one, there's a lack of a standard, but there's also, depending on where you're at, there's a different culture and a different availability and access to some of those higher end and finer clothing. So it's a multifaceted situation, but I do think a lot of it is not really understanding, because I will tell you, the second you put a 13, 14, 15-year-old in some slacks and a blazer and a nice tie, all of a sudden they do stand up a little taller, and they walk around with a little bit of air of confidence about themselves.
Sure. When you put me in the suit and tie when I was 13, 14 years old, I said, like I'm walking around like I'm the shit. But some kids ain't got that attitude like that though.
They don't. My father talks about that because he loves his suits as well. Suits, and like Keith was talking about polo and slacks. He that's what he dresses even to this day. My father's going away 83 years old. He said they was always like that. He said his uncle, his mother's brother said hey, that's who he learned how to dress from.
We've created a society of where everything is microwave. So when you're like, Ash loves YouTube, right? And it's because the YouTube people make it seem easy. And I don't make it easier either, because everything that he sees me do, he doesn't see the work all the time that goes into it. So he just sees the result and it looks easy. So when you add that to, again, this culture of YouTubers and social media people who, they don't put on suits, they don't go to boardrooms, they do, but they don't let you see that part, because that part isn't sexy. It's sexy to be like the rap videos, where even in the rap lyrics we talk about flipping keys. Again, a reference to easy. We got to at some point make the work look like work, but look good doing it. Once we get back to that, then we working with something.
Well, we can end it. We can end that discussion right there. Let's talk about what's going on at Howard.
Oh man.
Let's go ahead and get to talking about what's going on at Howard.
Before we delve into this, let's just make it clear. A lot of y'all been running through the Twitter streets being real reckless about Howard. Don't make me post your mama on the internet at Sizzle. Relax.
They've been hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Doc. Hey Doc. I happened to go on X this morning. I just want to see what's going, because we know Erica and Dr. Kanisha are alumnus of Howard. And I was looking at all the stuff that was coming at Erica, calling her all kinds of names and all. I said this has gotten crazy. And one of them talking about she has a nasty spirit and she's full of elitism. And Erica came back at her and told her, say, look, I've been helping students make sure they get funding to go to college at Howard. Yeah, it was just nasty. I said these supposed to be so-called adults.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole issue, everything was going on at Howard. The whole issue is these kids haven't paid their part of their balance, and they were given ample amount of time, plenty of time to get everything resolved. And if they didn't get resolved by a certain date, then guess what? Any class that you had that you put out there, they were gonna drop you from it. That's at every school, even at the PWI. When I was at Stephen F. Foster, I know I'm telling these folks, hey, my financial aid is gonna come in. They don't care. Shoot, they gonna soon as that third day comes, damn, I gotta go get in this class and go get back in this class and go get back in this class just so I won't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, just so you won't fall behind.
That community comes from me.
And even when I was at Jackson, they didn't care about that. Let me go with an unpaid bill. Mr. Smith, Mr. David Smith, I need you to come into this business office. You got to take care of this before you go to your next class, or we gonna drop you.
That happened to me at Hines Community College in Mississippi.
But at the end of the day, even if they waiting on so understandably so, if they're waiting on for scholarship money to come in, that's understandable. And you can kind of break this down right here, as far as how funds get to the school. The school can't run off of free labor.
Not at all, man. And I was actually, in mentioning that, the first thing I looked at was academic calendar. So for those who don't know, I used to work at the Office of Financial Aid at the Florida State University, and I was a financial aid rep. So that was one of the things we dealt with. 10. So that was one of the things, many things we dealt with.
Across the track. Okay.
I did. And that's why I never let people ever say they never had lines of Florida State's financial aid. They have. It's just they don't continue to have lines. But it's the biggest thing, and I was looking out to see when the notifications came out. So in reading the article, and I did pull it up, I saw HBCU Buzz has an article where they kind of give a little detailed information, and it states that the individuals were given some information. I then question about the follow-up of information. Like, I think one of the big things when you're dealing with financial aid, one, you have to educate our people, because unfortunately, most people, not just our people, are really illiterate when it comes to financial aid. They don't understand what financial aid is, nor do they understand how it works. And every school is not the same.
I didn't know.
Again, I worked at Florida State, and we dealt with loans, grants, scholarships. But then, depending on where the scholarship came from, that also determines some of the stuff that happens. So it's in this case where it's talking about students are supposed to get a scholarship. Yeah, you're supposed to get a scholarship, but what a lot of the parents don't realize is a lot of scholarship donors, or the people who are paying out the scholarship, don't give out that money until they get a class schedule and confirmation that you're in school, because there's too many people that's hit and run. And then you also look at the other factors where we're talking about grant funds. That money doesn't start to pay out until they give that academic date where it say, hey, on this date, we're giving out this money. And we also don't realize, especially with HBCUs, because we're real quick to call out our schools and say our financial aid is late. And normally we are, but it's for a reason. And most schools, the financial aid is a little delayed. Very few schools does it drop the day of. But normally it's a little delayed because a lot of us and some of our friends, some of y'all cousins, Troy's generation in particular, signed up for them classes, got your financial aid money, and didn't come back to school. And then you didn't realize your institution was stuck on the hook for those funds. And some of those funds total millions of dollars that now those schools have to pay back the federal government. Otherwise, we end up with schools that are like what happened at Paul Quinn many years ago. What happened up there in Virginia at school our previous AD was at. So you kind of looking what happened to Morris Brown when once the federal government says, we're not giving you any financial aid, then all of a sudden our schools are fully dependent on donations, and we see that no school can make it on that. Like all schools do require some outside funding source. So, with that, I do want to see a little bit more about the schedule, because I was pulling up the academic schedule, but I want to see it going back into that area where the parents got the notification that your child's been enrolled. These are important dates to hit. And then what notifications and confirmations will the parents send out? Because those are some of the important questions.
Nick
So,
Eden posted.
Hey, Keith.
Nick Eden posted a deadline that Howard had. I think it was like July 26th or something, and then it
so
gave instructions that if is that it, do you got that, Doc? I can't remember what time
basically,
he said that.
So Howard said they sent out sent notifications on July 22nd.
And in
The
March.
email shows students their accounts did not meet financial or enrollment requirements by July 10th deadline. He said those requirements cover tuition payments, payment plans, financial aid, or conferring scholarship funding. Howard says it warns students starting in March. So you have from March to July to get all your affairs in order before they say we about to drop you. All right.
Doc. Hold on. They only had to put down 50%.
Okay, so if you got
50%.
so
That's
here's
cheap,
the thing.
Howard's not cheap.
We know Howard ain't cheap.
What is that? $50,000 a year to go there?
I think Howard is in that University of Miami, Rollins College area, as funding wise, as far as costs.
Yeah.
So it sent emails, financial aid updates, and held Bison prep sessions throughout the spring and the summer. Still, the university admitted a key problem: timing gaps between when financial aid posted and when charges finalized may have caught some students in the sweep. So 502 students were unenrolled after they kind of fixed everything up. 46 incoming freshmen got reinstated since I guess got reinstated over the weekend. But a lot of students said they did everything right. But then you got students that don't even read they don't read emails. You got them where they don't read the very, very fine print, because that's what you got to know. And here's the thing: if these are your kids and your kids are first generation college students,
No, they don't know.
Like my mom didn't know anything about no financial aid when I went to school to Jackson. She didn't know nothing about that. But she learned about, she learned from my financial aid advisor about certain things, about deadlines, about what needs to be done for me to stay in class, and what needs to be done to be paid, and when would this be paid out, and if I did get a refund check, when would this refund check be dispersed and stuff like that. She taught my mom a whole bunch of stuff. That way, when my mom came back for when we did my sophomore year, she'd have had no issues about what needs to be done. Oh shit! Who brought in MEAC Mike?
And you all know. Yeah, go ahead.
So something, and I'm not saying that everybody's at fault about this, but you have to take the accountability about what you did and the reason why you did not, why you got unenrolled. So and then Troy, you said they gave him a chance to pay 50% of what is owed.
Yeah, so they were allowed to set up a payment plan, and all they had to do was set up 50%. So and I'm just throwing.
That's $35,000, Troy.
I realized what I said. I realized what I said, but hear me out, right? Because I told y'all when Nate wanted to go to Stetson, me and his mama had an issue because his mama wanted me to pay the full $20,000 a semester. So I understand what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is the payment, the payments, at least do one payment. Like you had people not doing any earnest payments at all.
Who is working with you when you ain't? I hate to bring up my school, but if you're not doing the earnest work, they're not gonna work with you. So you asking people to do the earnest work with you, and you ain't doing the work.
But also, when you go back and read the article, there was a communication breakdown. Like they stated that there was a change in the schedule, and that affected some of the parents too. Because I know I'm notorious. You send me a schedule, I look at that first schedule, I stick to it, and then if you send an update, I might miss the update and be like, "When does this happen?" Oh, they sent an update. Who told me? So
Right.
I think that's the other part that. With this, and you see other schools stepping up though. Like we see where, and honestly, it's a slick move. You start looking, I see Elizabeth City State, they've jumped in there and said, "Hey, you got unenrolled, we'll take you." Like this is a great opportunities for those schools like Knoxville College and those schools, Morris Brown, those HBCUs with low enrollments to say, "Hey, you know what? Come on this way, we'll take you." The Paul Quinns of the world, all those schools that can kind of come in there and say, "Hey, we have enrollment space and we have opportunities," and can also say we might have some financial aid money for you. That's a huge difference because we all know dollars talk. If you can make some money come my way, I'll reconsider what school I'll go to or send my child to.
Hey,
Well,
Keith,
I think one of the things we got to understand is that this whole thing of going to these very expensive schools, the students can't do it anymore. With the money problems that we got in this country, they got to look at the state institutions. Okay, that's what I'm saying about them kids. You talking about 500 freshmen? Yeah, they didn't get in Howard, but we got to get them at another black school. We got to get them. I mean, yeah, we can't powerful spill milk. Now, the thing is, you've been taken out of Howard, like you said. Let's look at some other schools. We got 100 HBCUs. Howard might not be the school for you, but we got some that are the school for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And many of them are state institutions.
Yeah.
Man, stop having unrealistic conversations with your kids. Like we all want to give our kids the world. But we got to tell our kids,
you're right,
hey,
Troy.
You got $60,000, or you can go
Grambling
to
in my
Florida
area.
State FAMU for free. It's up to you.
If you can get into FAMU. I mean, honestly, like in my conversation, I ain't gonna lie to you, Troy. My kids used to, at first they thought I was a hater, but then they realized like I'm not being a hater. I mean, there's 10% hate in there always, but my kids, I want to go to Cookman. I said, why? I said, did they give you a scholarship? Then why? It's like, go to Valencia, do your 2 years, and then go to Cookman, because it became a business decision. And I think, kind of like to your point, Troy, there are other schools out there. You have Voorhees, you have Millsaps, you have all these schools out there, Miles. Like, you don't want them to be second, but Claflin offers good offers. Like, I know every kid don't want to go to Orangeburg, but let Claflin sit in front of you and talk some numbers with you. You're gonna be looking like, hey, Claflin might be the move.
They have a large endowment at a Claflin, if I stand corrected, Keith.
They give nice scholarships too.
Well, they can come to Georgia. We got Albany State and Fort Valley. They can come down here.
Yeah, they come to Grambling right here in my area.
Once you domicile in the state of Georgia, Albany State and Fort Valley is like $5,000 a year, I think.
And Georgia schools do offers.
Yeah, he said come to Jackson. And like I say, come to Grambling. I didn't go to Grambling, but I'm here in the area of Grambling.
Come to Grambling. You go to Grambling school. You go to Prairie View.
Yeah,
hey, you go to
nice
any
facilities.
school, but like Troy said, we gotta have an unrealistic talk. We can't if we can't afford to send you to no Howard, no Spelman, no Clark, no Morehouse. You're gonna have to figure something out. Like, what is your backup? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know some kids can be hell bent on where they want to go, but what is your backup plan? What is your plan B? If plan A don't fall through, what is your plan B?
But it also goes beyond that, Doc, to the point of you have to also consider, we're not gonna get overly political, but who's in the political office and the things they've done. They've set limits on how much students can take out for financial aid as far as funding. So if you go into some of these schools that are vastly competitive as in regards to how much financial aid money is being given out, all of a sudden you're looking at you can only take out so much in loans, and this federal government's limiting how much you can take out per year. Your parents
That's
cannot
true.
now take out parent plus loans to do some of this other funding. So it becomes imperative that if you are going to these schools, your Howards, your Morehouses, your your UMs, your Stetsons, your Rollins, whatever name your private school, Northwestern with a high budget, Notre Dame,
Northwestern.
you
Oh
need to be
man,
getting
in
fully
Evanston,
funded,
Illinois.
because if you're not getting fully funded, you're probably going to get your financial aid cut off as a student during your junior or senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back.
Hey, you know what?
We
Go
got
ahead, Troy.
opportunities to fund. You have your kid day one. Day one, whatever your kid's aspirations may be, you should be planning for. We have ugly conversations, but we gotta have it. From the time your child is born, you should be planning for college. Even if your
Yeah,
child don't
UBC.
go to college, you should be planning for college. And I'm sorry, I have no sympathy. I was pushing a mop bucket at FAMU, making sure that I was donating to Florida Prepaid College for David and James. It can be done. You have to commit to it, because that also is a part of child rearing. It ain't just food, clothes, and shelter. You got other stuff that you got to take care of too.
Yeah.
We at a point now that surviving ain't enough.
And then you got to tell the ugly truth of that too, Troy. Of if y'all don't go to school, I get to keep the money, because that's what my parents did. They're like, don't go to college. We're gonna have a nice vacation. Chuck was next.
And you know what? Hey, one of the young lady that said that how was her dream school? She was on Roland Martin on Unfiltered, and the guy that's on there on the panel, Dr. Greg Carr, as a professor at Howard University. She was very fortunate when she came on that Dr. Carr was on there, and he when she started telling about what was going on with herself, this young lady's from Atlanta, and what he did, he told her, he said, you come and said, make sure you get in touch with me, and he said, see what I can do for you, and see what we can get done if you come into Howard. Because Dr. Carr himself just talking about he's a graduate of Tennessee State. He talked about his niece. He said his niece runs track, and he said he's very proud. She's on the track team at North Carolina A&T. He said he checked me. He was joking. He said on Howard's campus, I wear A&T paraphernalia there on Howard's campus. They think I'm a visiting professor. He was making a joke about that.
And it was just like somebody got echo in the background.
That's me.
Okay. But it was just like 20 years ago with the girl talking about she wanted to go to an HBCU, but she ended up being a dancer for Southern Cal because she said she couldn't afford it. Now you got kids that want to go to HBCU, but like I said, it's a snafu. Now, let's not try to demonize. It's these people out here in these Twitter streets that's trying to demonize the school, talking about, well, they could have just kept them enrolled. But like we said, the schools don't run off of hope and a prayer. They do not run off of hope and a prayer.
Because you're paying those professors based on how many classes. Like, I don't think a lot of I just really truly realized this year as I started looking for like professor opportunities where professors get paid per credit hour, and based on like however many credits they teaching, it ranges. Some schools you're talking about a couple hundred to a couple $1,000s per credit hour. So, and heavens forbid they're tenure track. So that's also part of it. That's just part of budgeting and paying for everything.
That's why Dr. Cornell West does those speaking engagements. He teaches at these, he's been at these Ivy League schools, and I can imagine that's what he was. That's why a lot of them do these speaking engagements, writing books, and all these various things.
But like I said, still got to have those hard conversations. Well, Mr. Ford, you want to say anything before we move on to our last topic?
Yeah, we just gotta face those kids. Like I think somebody said earlier, we got to look at the UDCs. You got to look at the Elizabeth City states. You got to look at the Fort Valley states, Albany states. These states, like I told you, we got something right, Grambling. We here in Georgia at
Right in
Fort
my
Valley
area.
State and Albany State, if you
Southern and
domicile,
Baton Rouge.
which means you become a Georgia resident, you pay something like $5,000 or $6,000 a year at Albany State and Fort Valley. They're the cheapest two school, 4-year schools in the state of Georgia. So to all them folk up there in DC, come on down to Georgia. They give a quality
Yep.
education at Fort Valley and at Albany State. Their
Oh, I can
degrees are
imagine.
recognized.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Ford.
And
Southern
then
Baton
let's
Rouge.
just say, and let's just say, if you can't get into the school right now, you can always see if they got an online program right now to where you can still do your basic online.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, there's other ways you skin a cat.
Louisiana Delta Community College here in Monroe. We have a community college here. It's been around a few years. And that's what a lot of them are going to now. They don't before they go, if they want to go to ULM Tech or Grambling or any other school, and they can go to Louisiana Delta Community College.
Well, my last bit before we do this, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the good commercial break before we get into our last bit, because I ain't even hit a commercial yet.
Oh yeah, you have to do that. I understand, Doc.
Skills pay the bills. Be right back.
Exactly.
It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout-outs, and members only live chats. And also, you can get birthday shout-outs on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal, David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle, David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket.
Somebody came out with a list over the weekend, and they put up their top 10 college coaches, football coaches of all time. And the first person they had on there is always they're gonna put on jolly old Saint Nick Saban.
Yeah, never fails.
And then they had the nerve to put Kirby Smart on there. Somebody had the nerve. Then they had the nerve to put Dabo Swinney on this list.
I had a feeling his name was next.
He even went all the way back to Newt Rockne for Notre Dame.
Newt Rockne. Oh man, fight!
But the blasphemous that I see right here is that Eddie G. Robinson ain't getting no type of
Coach. Something's wrong there. Oh no.
You can't have a. You can't. You over here analyzing this list. You're like, where is Eddie Robinson?
Yeah, I say the same. I'm right here in the area where Coach Eddie Robinson coached here in Northeast Louisiana. Where is he?
Where is Jake Gaither? Where is John?
Coach Ross' son was my father's roommate, Eddie Robinson Jr. Yeah, he was my neighbor too, and they both rest in peace. Yeah, where is Coach Rob? I saw him coach.
And I have to think it had to be a young dude.
No, this is a list for white men.
I agree with
you got to
Mr.
be
Ford.
white to be on this list.
That ain't even all the proper white men.
Yeah, no, but it's still that's what this list for. White men.
And one of them And one was from your school, Troy. I was looking at Bobby Bowden. By the way, his son is here in Monroe, coaching the arena football team after he got fired from ULM. Yeah, Terry Bowden is still in the area.
Yeah, they just sold a house around the corner from
Monroe.
yeah.
Monroe
in
Greenhead said, yeah, Terry's here. Oh, okay. His son is right here in Monroe, Louisiana.
You got Nick Saban, you got Bear Bryant, you got Newt Rockne, you got Bobby Bowden, Tom Osborne, Woody Hayes. Then I don't respect your list with these three right here. Dabo Sweeney, Urban Meyer, Kirby Smart, and then in between that, you got Barry Switzer.
Okay,
Barry Switzer.
I can let you slide with Urban Meyer. Only because Urban Meyer did it at multiple programs. Like he did it at that school I can't stand, the state flagship of Florida. And he did it at Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah.
So I give him respect for that. But I have my biggest issues are Dabo and Kirby. And I think with the Kirby, it's more recency bias. You know, he's the most recent hot guy. He completed. He did what Mark Richt never could at UGA. You know, he did what really hasn't been done since Herschel Walker. So
yeah, Vince Dooley was head coach.
Right. So I can give him a little bit of something, but I think there's something to be said about the Eddie Robinsons of the world not even kind of getting a sniff, because for me, great coaches are program builders. Like, as much as we talk about Nick Saban, let's be honest, Alabama was buns before he got there. Like,
oh, they were horrible.
They were horrible. Like, we go back. Gene Stallings beat Miami, and that was their last championship in. And I was in high school. It was Miami, and I just can't stand Miami. But between Gene
I
Stallings
loved Miami growing up.
Can't stand them. But so it's like,
I loved them growing up in the 80s and 90s.
So Saban brought it back. He made it relevant. Bear Bryant is Bear Bryant. Like, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Alabama. Okay. Newt Rodney's Newt Rodney. Like, it's back in the day. I think you just giving that off resume, but okay. Bobby Bowden made Florida State. Like, we can call it Tom Osborne. You see the difference. Like, okay, but it's also, you don't have any access to the state of Texas. You can't come to South Florida and get South Florida recruits, because you come here and none of the kids want to go there. Like, sorry, you can come down here and get a kid, but they're not going to stay. Like, so my biggest issues are Dabby and Kirby and Switzer. Like, those are my three where I'm like, really? Over everybody? I white over y'all.
And Woody Hayes want to go and slug people?
Mr. Ford. Didn't Bud Wilkinson have like 2 winning streaks, like over 40
Oklahoma.
games?
Yeah, Bud.
Yeah. Another one. Don't forget Bob Devaney.
Bob Devaney from Notre Dame.
Bob Devaney. What about the guy at Penn State? Is he on here?
No,
Joe Paterno.
You can't put Joe Paterno there for political reasons.
Stuff that went that
Steve
scandal.
Spurrier, though. I mean, honestly, like, I could put Steve Spurrier over
O.J. Simpson's, because I'm telling you, this is a list for white.
John McKay.
Yeah, John McKay. Well, John McKay not on here.
He ain't got it on here. And because I'm looking at it, I'm like, because everybody was like, well, Eddie Robinson did do it on a big level, but Eddie Robinson stayed at
No, don't say that.
No. But this is what people were saying on Twitter. He wasn't at no big time school, but he was at one school for almost 60 years.
Yeah, from 1941 to 1997.
And he put 300 players in the NFL.
Exactly.
Out of all the men that he coached, don't he got 4 Hall of Famers from Grambling?
Yeah, Buck Buchanan, Willie Davis, Willie Brown, and Charlie Joyner.
So what is it? I mean, what Hall of Famer does Nick Saban have from any of his teams?
Have or will have? Let's not do that.
We'll have, but I'm just saying, I mean, since he been
The
coaching,
only
remember he
don't have anyone.
first started out at what? Michigan State.
He goes back
Yeah,
to the University of Toledo.
He goes before that.
And
yeah,
Michigan, then he went
Yeah,
to
he go back all the way
the
to
Browns and
Toledo.
then Michigan.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember him back
And
at
then he went to
Toledo.
Michigan State, and then he was at LSU.
Went to Michigan
and then
State
he was
after
at Alabama.
Michigan State after the Cleveland Browns. He was on
This
Belichick's staff.
list right here is a list of segregation. I'm telling you, this is for white men only. This
I'm
is ain't
seeing
no
the same
difference
thing,
in
Mr.
the
Ford.
water fountain with the white and colored. That's what this is, the white list.
Yeah, you got Woody
That's what
Hayes
this
on there.
is.
Woody Hayes around that slugging people and tearing up down boxes. Oh gosh, that's fool on there. He was, I know he
Is
won
Bo
championships
Schembechler
and all
on
that.
it? Is Bo
Schembechler
Schembechler
not on
on
there.
it?
You don't
No,
even have
Bo's not on there.
Schembechler on there.
Woody Hayes wanted to get up there and hit people and all that. I'm like, yeah.
No, you have
I think
Schembechler. Don't even.
I think the
Love the
better
guy from
thing for
Clemson.
this would be to say FBS coaches, because it's white guys, but it's the FBS, because
Yeah,
there's
what about
there's
the
white
guy
guys. There's
Frank Leahy from Notre Dame? Is he on there?
Leahy
No.
not even on there. No.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think it's white FBS.
Harold
It's a
Portigian's not
5-year-old
on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't put
A
him on there.
5-year-old made this list. Like,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's a segregation list, if you ask me. White men only.
So of
They didn't even
course,
put that. Racist Daryl Royal not on the list from Texas.
Yeah. He's not on
I
there.
put my 2 cents in. So my top 5 all-time HBCU coaches, number 1 is gonna be Eddie Robinson, regardless of anybody say. It's
I watched him coach. I was at the game when he broke Bear Bryant's record in 1985 in Dallas when they beat Purvey. My parents and I were at the game at the Cotton Bowl.
Number 2 is that man down there at FAMU, Jake Gaither.
Oh man, Gaither, Alonzo J. Gaither.
I give him his give him respects.
Big John Merritt had to be on that somewhere.
Number 3 is John Merritt, Big John Merritt. John Merritt did it at 2 schools, Jack State and Tennessee State. Had Tennessee State rolling for over 20 years. Countless numbers of players went into the NFL. You got a couple of Hall of Famers on his, from this team. Let's go with number 4. Let's go with Ace Mumford from Southern.
Ace Mumford, Arnett Mumford. Yeah.
And remember, Rob couldn't do nothing with Mumford.
And
Mumford was much older. Yeah, he was from West Virginia.
And number 5, I'm going with I don't know, Troy, you might fuss at me. I'll go with Billy Joe.
I was about to say.
Wait a minute. Now, listen, you left Billy Nix off, right?
Oh, my bad. I
Billy
just said
Nix,
top 5.
You left Billy Nix off, right?
My bad. Billy Nix.
Yeah, from Purvey.
You left Billy Nix off.
It would hurt.
It would hurt.
Yeah, it hurt from Morgan
What about
State.
the guy Cleve Abbott? You didn't say nothing about Cleve Abbott.
From Tuskegee.
What about W.C. Gordon?
Earl
You didn't
Banks.
say nothing about W.C.
I just
Gordon.
had a top 5. I didn't get a top
5.
10.
That's why I was like 5. I
I'm
wouldn't even
just
touch
saying,
5.
you left some people off now.
Earl Banks from Morgan
top
State.
5. But if it was a top 10, they gonna be on the list for top 10.
Yeah.
That's
the thing about this list, man. The list, if you actually do a historical list, it is so hard to narrow it down to
it is.
10. And so when we have these lists, I fully admit I'm going to engage in the controversy, because I'm going to pull one out that you ain't really necessarily thinking about off the top of your head, but you're going to go, wait a minute, let me go look at that guy. I do that on purpose, because our kids are so used to, this is what I see, this is the names that I know.
Yeah.
No, let me plug one
that's
for
what
you.
they know.
And let's talk about it.
Well, I don't know if y'all forgotten him, but have y'all forgotten Willie Jeffries?
Oh, Willie
Oh, no,
Jeffries,
you
South
know
Carolina
Willie
State.
Jeffries.
Howard,
Have y'all forgotten him? Willie
South
What
Carolina.
about the guy that was at
Wichita State.
A&T?
Wichita State.
What was
Bill
coach's
Hayes.
name?
Bill Hayes.
Billy Hayes. Yeah, you forgot him?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, what about Earl Banks?
I ain't
Earl
forget
Banks
about
from
Earl
Morgan
Banks.
State.
Ain't forget about Earl Banks, but
Okay.
that list could go. That list can be so long though.
Oh yeah, it can be so long.
Without HBCU coaches.
Let me give you one from history y'all probably don't forgot. Henry Arthur King was Kentucky State and Tennessee State.
Mm.
His name was Henry Arthur King. That was W.C. Gordon's coach at Tennessee State.
At Tennessee State. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And you know what, Mr. Ford, the guy who coached John Taylor at Delaware State, they don't even talk about him, but he won 5 MEAC championships. Bill Colick.
Bill Colick.
Hold on. So you
Yeah,
gotta
he
say
didn't
it
even
right.
talk about him.
Super Bowl champion John Taylor. You gotta say his name right.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I watched John Taylor.
He won 4 Super Bowls or 5? How many Super Bowls did he win?
Who you talking about? John Taylor's on that.
Yeah. How many Super Bowls did John Taylor win?
I thought he won 3.
He went back to back. I remember he won in that 89 Super Bowl and the 90 Super Bowl. I remember him in those two.
When did John Taylor get drafted?
He got 3.
He got drafted in 1986. 86. He got drafted in 86.
Okay. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Because 85 was his senior season.
I do not believe so.
No, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's been nominated, but he has not made it.
He needs to be in the damn Hall of Fame. I don't know what they tripping on for.
Hold on, time out. So here's the problem with John Taylor's Hall of Fame numbers.
He only got 2,000 yards
receiving. He got 5,000 yards receiving.
And he only has 2,000-yard seasons.
That's what happened when you play to the GOAT.
I mean, it's not just the GOAT, it's the team. Like, you just think about it, ain't even like it's Jerry Rice is the scapegoat, but you think about it, Roger Craig, Jerry Rice, I think Rathman is
Dwight
also
Clark.
on the team.
Yeah, Dwight
Tom
Clark.
Rathman.
I believe
Freddie
Rathman is on the
Solomon.
team. Right. So you start looking at the
Freddie
team around
Solomon.
him.
Solomon played at Florida State, if I think right.
No. He came from Tampa. I think it was University of Tampa.
Tampa. That's what Tampa, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think about Hassan Jones. So that's another guy who played at Florida State. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Well, listen, guys, y'all have a great night. I gotta go. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Mr. Ford, appreciate you coming on.
All right, Mr. Ford.
I'm here for the history.
But yeah, you can go a lot of ways with this right here as far as when it comes down to it. But that list is so mayonnaise pasted. I don't even know.
Yeah, so many.
I mean, it's FBS. I wouldn't. That's one of those. Just looking at the schools, looking at the list, I don't get offended because it doesn't consider anything below the FBS. Even the schools that are not, because there are other schools that have had traditions that are not HBCUs. I mean, that aren't at that level. So I think you kind of looking at that. You kind of want to be like, hey, FBS, you have a slant. You're definitely not including everybody and inviting everybody to the party.
Yeah.
The guy
and I look at Kirby Smart.
Mount Union, that coach at Mount Union for damn
Mount
near
Union.
decade.
Oh, they super power.
What's his name?
Alliance, Ohio.
Is it John? No, he's not John Gagliardi.
No, it wasn't. Gagliardi coached up at in Minnesota at that school in Minnesota, St. John, Minnesota.
So what is it? Ben Aries? Is that him? Hold on.
Mount Union had a great pro. I mean, he won those national championships in Division III.
And put some dudes in the NFL, like Pierre Garçon.
Sure did. You're right. You're right, Keith. Yeah, I remember. I watched him play in those national championship games.
Ben, I think it's his son, Larry Carries, is the coach that had 11 national championships.
Yeah.
Okay.
I Mount Union.
1130.
Yeah, nobody don't talk about him. But like I said, it's FBS.
that's
Even like the straight disrespect of putting Kirby Smart on there is like, what has he
Kirby
done?
Smart my age, man.
He haven't even been at Georgia for what 8-9 years.
I'm a month older than Kirby Smart. Kirby gonna be 51 in December. My birthday is November. I'll be 51, and I'm saying Kirby hadn't even
Kirby and
have all that
Dabo
on there.
are the
Kirby
biggest
and
thing.
Dabo, and I think you did Dabo because he won a national championship against Alabama.
1-2. Lil old Clemson, I get so sick of him. He did that Lil old Clemson stuff. He made people like, okay, man.
No, it's called Little Old Tampa. You keep going to Tampa and Jackson. You keep going to Tampa and Jacksonville to get some speed. Sammy Watkins. You start looking at what's your boy's name? The running back from Jacksonville.
One from my state, Travis Etienne, is from Jennings, Louisiana. Yeah, he's from Jennings, Louisiana, down in southwest Louisiana. Yeah, from my state. Yeah,
he did put Darryl Royal on there. Then you put Mac. This a little crazy. You put Mac Brown on there.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Darryl Royal, that was the biggest man. They said that was the biggest racist.
What did Mac Brown do? Like, Mac Brown is a great program. He's a builder, but he's only taking one team to the top. Like, because he was never going to take North Carolina there. Florida
State
going to
take North Carolina
in the way.
North Carolina's a basketball school,
but they were good. Remember, was it Dre Bly?
Yeah, they had a good team. Guys? They did have a good team. Yeah.
He had Florida State.
Dre Bly, Greg Ellis, Ebenezer Ekuban.
Yeah, Greg Ellis.
Julius Peppers. He had Ron Curry too.
I believe.
Yeah, Ron Curry. Yeah, Curry. Curry was a two-sport athlete there. Played football and basketball at North Carolina. He was coaching the Saints too. He was quarterbacks coach of the Saints, if I stand correct.
And I think before he left to go to Texas, he had Julius Peppers, if I'm not mistaken.
Julius Peppers, yeah.
You might have. Again, he had to deal with them freaking Seminoles. At that time, Florida State could go anywhere and recruit one of their best players. Look, Peter Boulware from South Carolina. He's like, yeah, let me go on to Florida State.
Peter Boulware. I remember Boulware.
Yeah, y'all can take him back now, though.
One of the Seminoles played with Charlie Ward from right here in Louisiana. He and I came out the same year from high school in '93. Is Ward Dunn. Yeah. Ward Dunn from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Catholic high school.
I can't say because y'all ended up going to Texas, going to East Texas, getting David Warren from goddamn John Tyler.
And I know Derek Brooks and all them played in. Yeah.
And then realized he ain't had all his faculties in place.
Hey,
I'm not gonna say nothing about Derek Brooks because I gotta send them people a media request.
South Florida.
No, Derek Brooks was a heck of a linebacker, man. Derek Brooks, like I said, I was Miami, but I like that. That joke was a heck of a linebacker. They had some defenders. Mickey Andrews had some defenders, man.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm giving respects to your school with that, man.
Because Derek Brooks was a Booker T, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his
he had some defenders.
Is
athletic director.
I would love to have a job like that.
Oh, he's not athletic. He's like the business something at USF.
Yeah,
Ain't he the GM of the football team though?
What's that?
Pretty much. He pretty much took my boy, my classmates, not classmate, my teammate's job. BJ. Because BJ was down there running stuff.
BJ probably had a lot more to do.
Hey. BJ can do no wrong with Tampa. BJ beat them Seminoles. That's all they care about. BJ came home and beat the Seminoles.
Yeah, y'all had another BJ that was at Florida State, came from Dallas. BJ Ward.
Oh yeah, I remember that name.
My sister graduated with him. My one sister graduated with him. My little sister graduated with his brother. And I knew that cousin Nick that went to Miami.
Yeah, one of them. One of the guys from Dallas played at Florida State on that national championship team with Ward and all those guys. Clifton Abraham out of Carter,
Mm-hmm.
and Jesse Armstead, his teammate, ended up at Miami. Yeah, they were two of them from that Carter team that didn't get in trouble. Those guys got in trouble at Carter during that time. Yeah.
And please,
Yeah.
Jesse Armstead was supposed to be in jail because he was supposed to ride around with them dudes. And he's like,
Yeah.
I ain't going back to jail because he just got off of a big shoplifting charge.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff was going on with that situation at Carter. Yeah, it was all they talked about on ESPN.
He was like, I wasn't even supposed to be up in there. Dude, you hit the big time when you get to sign your national letter of intent in a hot tub.
In a hot tub. Yeah. That was pre-NIL.
Man,
You get to sign your national letter of intent in a hot tub. Like, come on now.
Well, no NIL, but it was Champion Chevrolet in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
y'all, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but from 95 to 99 in Tallahassee was an absolute time in football and basketball. At hell, track.
I'm about to say, Troy, you cutting it short. Really, the 90s to the early 2000s was fire in Tallahassee.
Y'all understand? I was working at FAMU and at Florida State. Florida State at the time, very good academically, and was the #1 party school 3 years running.
I could see it.
But that's partially because y'all had FAMU across the street.
Exactly.
He's a fan.
Oh, I think Keith froze. But yeah, that's why. People get mad when I say this. Our recruiters would take the recruits on Friday.
Over to FAMU.
Friday. That's why every other coach since Bobby is
Deion Sanders went away. I heard he stayed on the campus.
Set Friday, the football players was on the campus with me. Why? Because that was the best time to be alive. It was.
Oh boy, the old set, not the new set. The old set was so different.
But see, it's old school people that was seasoned rattlers would tell me they used to ride. Man, could you imagine driving through the set in a drop top?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes. I remember when they closed the set, like where they made it where you couldn't drive through there anymore. We used to drive through the set and just be like, oh, okay.
Oh man. I hear some stories about FAMU. I know people that went to school down there, and they talk about it, and people that went to school there, and I hear all those stories.
It was a movie, man.
If you can't go to an HBCU and y'all gonna be mad at me. I went to a PWI that was next to an HBCU. If you ain't lived my life, I feel sorry for you.
I didn't go to no HBCU myself.
I every day I wake up knowing I lived a charmed life.
Man, I went to my HBCU first, and then I took a swim into the PWI and Stephen F. Austin, and I was like, I need to get back.
I went to PWI. I never came to HBCU.
That's how bad I felt. I was like, I
was around the campuses.
Shoot, I used to walk to Florida State to get what I need sometimes, but yeah.
So you walk across the track.
Yeah, well, because if you're if any state university, if you're a student, you are entitled to whatever they have as far as like resource wise. So like, if the University of Florida has a book and I'm a FAMU student, the state of Florida will pay to send that book to FAMU.
Huh.
And
I'm learning some stuff here.
Yeah, and so like I went to UNF and I reserved the book. And I was like, hey, I'll just come there tomorrow and get it because I don't have time to wait. And so went over to Jacksonville, got a book, did what I needed to do, and went back to Tallahassee. Nice little road trip.
Boy.
This again goes
on that
back
strip.
To the college. Back when I worked at the state of Florida, they paid, FAMU paid for either 6 or 9 credit hours a semester.
Oh, okay.
My mom and daddy didn't figure out till later on, but I was putting money in my pocket every semester. By
That
the
sound
way,
like you,
happy
Troy. You
birthday,
were always a hustler.
happy heavenly birthday to my dad, Robert Harris. Thank you. I know I was active. It is, as long as you go to class and do what you're supposed to do, enjoy your time in college.
Yeah.
I acted
That's what
completely
I'm
up.
saying, dude.
I blame Marlo.
Marlo catching strays
put
and
on your
Marlo
buddy.
not
Marlo
here.
catches straight. Marlo can't even protect himself right
Man,
now.
let me tell you
Blame it
about
on
Marlo.
Marlo.
Marlo knew I was gonna be back in town on Sunday. Marlo got his boat and went fishing.
Marlo
yeah.
might be listening, man. He might pop up.
Man,
What you
Marlo called me talking about, yeah, man, I'm on the boat. He called me. I said, "What's up, trader?"
That's because y'all got all the SG. Y'all had all them SG rolls over there.
Oh,
Troy over there acting funny like Tampa wasn't taking over by the other side of Indiana all week.
oh yeah. They started at Butler.
Oh yeah,
And then,
yeah.
then the AKAs had they bootleg what in Vegas?
And
The
Vegas.
AKAs in Vegas.
My
Yes.
mother's an AKA. But she her last one was the 2008 Centennial. That was her last boule.
The city of Tampa has had the Kappas, the Qs, the Sigmas, the SG Rolls, and we waiting on the Zetas.
Yep. And I think
Zeta.
I think them
Zeta just had theirs in Nashville.
Yeah, I think
Their
the Zetas
national
just signed a
convention.
contract to say they coming next.
Yeah, because I know a lady. I know some people that are Zetas, and they had theirs in Nashville, Tennessee.
I think the UPS guys are coming next.
He's a UPS guy.
UPS guys. The
Wait, I don't know much about the IOTAs. Listen, I don't know much about the IOTAs.
Nobody knows anything about the IOTAs.
They the youngest.
They became part of D9 in '96.
They are the youngest.
And they started Morgan State. Started in 1963.
I'm gonna steal this one from my ism. If your founders are all still alive, we can't talk.
And you know, one of those founders wrote for he's passed on. One of the founders of Iota Phi Theta wrote for Barry White. Was his one of them wrote for Barry White.
And they were founded at Morgan State. Look at that.
Morgan State, 1963.
We brought Morgan State right back in there. Look at that.
Yeah, they
tell Marlo that. Do not tell Marlo that.
Oh, Marlo's an Iota?
No, Marlo can't stand Morgan State.
Oh, he doesn't stay. He doesn't like Morgan State. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
they did him dirty when he was running track for FAMU.
Yeah, because the Iotas became part of the D9. I was reading they became part of D9 in 1996. I was reading about them.
Yeah, more than I know.
Let's move along. Keep gonna get us in trouble.
Every day, all day. Look, they over there.
It's twice on Sundays. You're gonna keep us in trouble. Hey, guess what though? We get out of trouble. We got to get out of trouble free card. I don't know about you, Troy. I got me one.
I know guys educated in the area.
I wouldn't listen when I was in the car with that blonde haired lady. I didn't know how that was gonna go.
Long as you was in the car, you was all right.
I didn't know how that was gonna go.
You didn't drive downtown Tampa. You okay?
And I forgot Marlon would feel the way y'all were in the MEAC during the time. Yeah, he would feel a way about them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We all know how he feel about that school in Daytona.
Oh man,
bless
them
guy
people.
go. And I know some people that went to the school in Daytona. I don't. I'm out of that one. I know some guys that graduated from there.
All you need to know is that when football season starts, their prayer calls will be.
And they've been nice to me. I'm not going to say it.
There you go. They're good people. It's just
they've been nice to me. I'm not going to say anything about it. Like you all, like I'm not going to say about you FAMUans.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't spend $30,000 on that kind of education.
Yeah, it comes down to that what you said. Keep the do re mi, man.
$120,000 for Cookman.
God damn.
It's, no. Like I say, I'm the Gremlin.
Don't make it a 5-year program.
Gremlin or Southern.
I don't think they
Yeah,
got
that's too much.
I got to go sell major. You got to go sell major crack on that one. I don't think people use crack.
Oh no! Oh no!
You ain't gotta go far.
It's right around the corner.
I'm gonna have to remember that when I go to work tomorrow, Doc.
Hey, teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost.
For real.
Hey Doc, when I go to work in the morning, I might have to remember that one. What you just said.
Oh my God! Teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost. Come on. Dude, I gotta be boy. I gotta be the real dope boy. Be like on the wire.
Oh Lord.
They got to get a couple partnerships for me. Like honestly, considering their location, that I would love for them to have a partnership with NASCAR and NASA, because I don't think people realize like literally Cape Canaveral's right down the road from them. I mean, granted, there's
right there in the Orlando area.
Yeah, well, I mean, for them, it's not even. It's down to 95 from them. What about maybe 30 minutes, Troy?
30 minutes. Hell, what's the name? Right around the corner. The Space Force is right around the corner.
Yeah. I mean, and they're around the corner from Embry. I mean, the Aeronautical University is right there too. So
okay, I know it's down in that area. Yeah,
man, I feel as much as we joke about them, they catch it because there's several universities and colleges you can go to before you can get to cooking, and that's just on the street.
Man, yeah, I know that's a big rival between you all.
Daytona State.
Daytona State. UCF has a campus over there. Embry-Riddle has a campus over there. I think UF has a campus, and I believe FSU also has a campus down there.
And guess what, Keith, the president, the now president of Bethune-Cookman, on one of the shows, a guy that has a show on YouTube, you call in. I call in. He had Dr. Albert Mosley on. I got a chance to ask Dr. Mosley a question. And very nice guy. Got a chance to interact with him, and there's some things I want to ask, and he was very receptive.
Oh yeah, he's solid. He's definitely the favorite of the two major professors or university presidents.
Yeah,
man. It's almost that time, y'all. Shit. We almost put 4 Saturdays away from the first football game.
Week zero. Yeah.
I got a hot heat press. So I'm gonna have Fat Mouth Sports paraphernalia for every color game this season at FAMU.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Fat Mouth Sports paraphernalia.
And for that reason, Troy will be on one side of the field all season long. Look, it's black or gray. That's the only colors we wear on the sideline. Black,
gray is one of the colors.
Yeah, I know for the OBC, I'm wearing Miami colors.
Are you going down to the OBC? Yeah. You're going to play in South Carolina State.
Not that Miami, Troy. I'm talking about like Miami Marlins colors.
Oh, I was about to say.
No. I'm wearing like that pink, that blue, a little bit of purple in it. I got some Miami F1s to go with it. Oh, I got the outfit already.
He talking about the Miami Vice.
Oh yeah,
Miami
Vice colors.
I grew up watching that show, man. In the 80s.
I'm wearing Vice colors. Oh yeah.
Are you from Miami, Keith?
No, I'm from Tallahassee, but I just know when you go down to Miami, for the OBC, wear your Vice colors, wear something.
I went to OBC in 2021 when FAMU and Jackson State played. I was at the game in 2021. I was there. The 7-6 game.
Yeah, it rained. We sat in the box in that one.
Yeah, man. I got drenched at the beginning of the game. I had to go into the concourse and then came back out, man. Gosh.
Yeah, I was in the box for that one.
And can we wear shorts at the OBC?
Sure does. The OBC, you wear some long pants and look as professional as possible, and make sure you have your camera. The OVC is the one place. That Hard Rock Stadium.
Hard Rock Stadium. I experienced Hard Rock.
They are
that
not.
came through that screen and water came down on me, man. I said, wait a minute here. I went in the concourse for a little while and came back out.
They don't play Troy. It ain't like the Bucks. I ain't gonna lie. The Bucks, they cool as heck. Raymond James Stadium, you be all over the field.
I've been to Tampa one time.
Outfit request from Sheen.
My mother's uncle lived in St. Petersburg, Florida, and he loved St. Pete. He's from Gilbert, Louisiana. Huh?
That's where Troy's from.
Yeah, my mother's uncle. My mother's uncle lived in St. Petersburg when he got out of the military. He was in World War II. He was in World War II and Korean conflict. He passed away in 2006. That man loved St. Pete. He talked about St. Pete. It was heaven, and he stayed there, and that's where he's laid to rest.
Yeah, go to the crab houses while you're over there.
Man, they took over. It used to be on 16th Street. It used to be a Church's Chicken. That is now a crab house.
And the problem is you got to make sure your crab house is official, because some of the crab houses aren't really crab houses. It's just a business.
Depends on which one you go to. You can get you a baggie, or you can get you a dozen crabs. It just depends on which one you go to. And y'all be booking Airbnbs down there, man.
Y'all, you mean those new people?
Them new people.
I'm about to say I don't play in Tampa, Troy. If it ain't a hotel by somebody with a name that sounds a little erudite, I ain't doing it. Tampa, y'all know.
I be pulling stunts. I ain't gonna lie. I be pulling stunts. Media Day, that was a stunt. Yeah. I didn't realize that place was totally different. But again, listen, if I would have got that discount from my mother-in-law, I would have been in the Marriott.
I'm telling you, Troy, Tampa, y'all different. Because see, Tampa, y'all got the real strip clubs over there. We got the play strip clubs over here. See, you can go to the strip club with the preacher in Orlando. It ain't gonna be too bad. You might be all right. Over there in Tampa, they butt naked. You like, Lord Jesus, I got to go to church tomorrow. I don't feel right about this. This don't sit well with my spirit.
That's because we don't have a 6-foot rule no more. We used to have a 6-foot rule, and
what 6-foot rule?
There was a 6-foot list until Joe Redden sued the city of Tampa. There was a 6-foot rule. If the stripper got within 6 foot, they would pull you out to. They had a police little trailer in the parking lot of Bonds Venus. They would go ahead, give you a ticket, process you, and let you go back in the club.
What 6 foot? Ain't no 6-foot rule. I went one time. I said, what? My boy was like, you want to go back? I said, bro, I ain't never seen this before. I ain't ready.
Yes, Uncle. I bet Uncle Luke made many trips in there.
He got to it. Miami got the same thing.
Miami. Oh, yeah, Miami. Oh, man, that's just in itself.
The booby trap.
Hey.
The Rolex used when I was at Miami-Dade, the Rolex was a place I used to go and enjoy myself. I was broke at the dope, but the dope boys was and took care of you.
That sounds like me, man.
During the Orange Blossom Classic, the Booby Trap has a truck that has a billboard sign that drives around the Orange Blossom Classic, so you know what.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got 2 locations.
I missed
You want to be at the one by the water. The
when
other
I say
one
I miss
you
all
need
that,
to,
Troy.
Yeah.
Media me misses all of that. Media me, I get there, I go straight to the hotel, I go to the game, I get my credentials, I'm in the stadium after the game.
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm trying to get back home.
So I know this because Marlo, right?
I'm not media. I just go anywhere. I don't have media credentials or anything. I just go.
It's an overrated experience, Doc. Doc can tell you there's some things you can't do it as the media.
No, See, that's why I say I'm not a part of any of that.
But once that game
I'm just on here with you guys.
But once that game is over with and you take that damn vest off, all bets are off.
That's it.
Take that vest off.
When I'm in Jackson, when I'm in Jackson, and I put that vest on, and I see Travis walking around the whole stadium, going upstairs to the press box and come back downstairs. I might cheer a little bit, but I have that damn camera in my hand ready. But once I go for halftime, I give me a drink, get my snack, put whatever I need to put on my laptop, and get back out there the third quarter. But once it hit zero, and after I finish doing asking questions to the players and the coach, when I walk out and I head back to that tailgate, it's all she wrote. It's all
3-hour rule. It's a 3-hour rule. 3 hours before kickoff, 3 hours after kickoff. Don't ask what's in my cup.
You know the thing is, because last year I had my mama with me both times.
Yeah.
So for homecoming, we were like, we had got. That's when I bought my bottle of Greenwood whiskey from Ken, right? So I got that. I started drinking I started drinking my stuff after the whole game was over with.
Man, your stomach. I bet your stomach was cutting up, man.
I was not. I ate before. I ate. See. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. Because if it's warm outside, if it's gonna be hot, anything 85 degrees, I'm staying hydrated. I have a little snack or two. I eat before I eat something big before I come. And when I have to. I go into the I go into the tailgate tailgate area first to give me something to eat. Give me.
I've been in those tailgate areas at Jackson.
And then I'll walk over there, walk to the entrance of the where the media goes in, and put my stuff down, set my stuff up, and I just kind of take a walk around the stadium, talk to the coaches, talk to some of the players if they were warming up and stuff like that. I'll sit there and talk to Travis. I know Dr. McClellan was there for our homecoming, so I talked to him for a little bit. Him and
you talking about Travis Jerome?
So I go around and communicate and talk to people, and then once kickoff comes and all this stuff, I'm taking pictures and stuff. And then after that, like I said, once it's over with, shoot, my mom was like, "What you about to do?" Shit, I'm trying to get a little something in my system before we go back to this hotel. So she had about her some vodka, the cat eye vodka from Ken.
Ooh, man.
She didn't finish her bottle for like months.
Man, just the thought of that.
Did you see the I don't know if y'all seen that white guy that goes around kicking the field goals. And
yeah.
I seen Jackson today. So I was like, I know he's pretty much. I think he's done almost the entire SWAC, but that was I saw he hit Jackson today. I said, okay, all right.
And it's not like he's just doing it for fun. He does it for a good. Yeah, he does it for a good cause.
Yeah.
Nah,
Trey ain't getting permission. He get permission the same way people was getting permission to run stadium stairs in Doe Campbell Stadium.
Walk your ass in.
That's it. Sure, looking like we all didn't know.
Not stadium stairs.
I know a person who it did not go well for. I'll say it that way.
I'll tell you like this: there's one rule: you better not be on that field. You want to get arrested? Get on the field.
You say
you can run up and down them stands all you want to. We used to do laps inside the stadium when I worked at Florida State, but walk on that field.
They took him to jail and took his Polaroid. There is no evidence of existence of him being on that goddamn field.
Wow.
They gave us a tour of the stadium. They're like, we just resodded the field. That was a meal. I said, you got that?
I don't want no problems, dog.
He said, I don't want the problem. Hey.
Now the SFA, you can actually, the gates be open. You can actually walk around because they still use it as they still use it as for school related. Like you can walk around the stadium, do the hills at the top, go at the top, come down at the bottom, and then you can even go to the bottom and be on the track as long as ain't nobody there. Like nobody practice anything like that. You can get on the track, you get on the field. It's open because I like my tuition paid for this shit. So you gonna let me in this motherfucker. Especially when we went especially when they went 0-11 in 2007. I was like, you know what? I ain't never gonna go. I ain't never gonna let this up.
What school was this?
Stephen F. Austin.
Oh,
Stephen F. Austin, the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, they went 0-11. Was it 2007 or 2006? I think it was 2000 and what year? It was 2007. Yeah, 2007. He said, "Shit, I would have." If that was the case, I could have went to Prairie View for this shit.
Nacogdoches, Texas. He said, "Go to Prairie View." Oh Lord.
I might have to leave y'all because I'm beating my wife to the punch. I'm on Shein putting up the outfits that I want her to buy before she buy me outfits.
Oh,
he said that. He said getting them off Shein. I ain't even mad at you.
Oh, Shein. Oh yeah, I've gotten some things off Shein.
She give you the dope. She give you the dope boy jumpsuits again.
Yeah, Shein.
Man,
yeah.
No, I'm beating her to the punch because last time, listen, part of it is my fault because I like my little
t-shirts off.
Daddy shorts. I like my Hoochie Daddy shorts with like a nice little shirt. So she tried to buy outfits that match her outfits, which did not work with me. So I rebelled because that's just what Troy do. So this time, to keep down the confusion and getting the text messages talking about you don't want me to go with you because you ain't wearing the outfit, I'm gonna have her buy outfits that I want. Now, there are some pink Hoochie Daddy short set that I know she not gonna be okay with. So I am in negotiation mode because I got some black and pink Stacey Adams that I need to wear somewhere.
He said black and pink Stacey Adams.
Oh, they these motherfuckers.
Black and pink Stacey Adams.
I ain't gonna lie though. A pink polo with some black slacks.
Oh yeah, they go hand in hand right there.
Yeah, I have a pink polo shirt.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Dude, look, if I was back in my old before I had my second child, if I was back in my old spending days, I'd have been getting me some more Lacoste shirts. Lacoste and polo.
Lacoste.
That's all I used to wear. No, for real, Lacoste and polo. Like,
oh yeah, with the dragon. The crocodile. Yeah, crocodile
on the chest right here.
Yeah, Lacoste. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that crocodile.
Like I'll get that. Or give me some polo, give me some more polo shirts and call it a day. It'd be like, do you have every color in these shirts? You damn right.
Oh, she gonna act like I ain't sent her the text message. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you talking about Shein, man? I've ordered some t-shirts off of there, man. Yeah.
It's not. Listen, it's there. You wear them one time. Like, don't get it twisted. You're gonna spend $21, $16, whatever. You're gonna wear it one time, and that's it. I'm okay with that because the way that this damn jargon's got me losing weight, I ain't gonna be able to wear them long. I got 3 whole suits that got to be retailored because they don't fit right no more. And
that happens. Man.
Shout out to my doctors. But if she think I'm finna go with the whole Nino Brown couture next year, she got me fucked up. Not this year. Not this year.
Well, tell her to send me a couple of them in size 2X.
Nino Brown. I saw that movie that came.
I can at least match some of my J's over here.
Hey, Mike P, if I go to an FSU game, it's gonna be extraordinary because I ain't there yet. I still got beef, so I ain't there yet. But I am going to a booster event, so that's a progress. But I'm going to every FAMU game. I might not listen. Chief don't want to let me be great because I want to have every game theme color with Fat Mouth Sports on it. I want to be in that. I don't know how that's gonna work.
He's just trying to keep Troy from being told he can't get on the field. That's what, because some schools get petty. Like I remember last year, I accidentally wore, when we played North Carolina Central, I wasn't even thinking about it, and I wore like a cap or hat or something. And they looked and they were like, North Carolina Central, and they were like, oh hell no, that's a Kappa. I was like, I ain't even think about it.
Are you in the fraternity, Keith?
Absolutely, the greatest one
ever. You say you're a Kappa?
Absolutely, yes sir.
Oh, okay, all right.
You said good. You said yo to the noobs.
Yo to the good noobs.
Yeah, I have my mother's brother my mother's brother is a Kappa, but what happened? His son, they don't even talk about his son. Is an Omega, and I had both my two first cousins are both Omegas.
It's okay. There's two sides of 1911. There's the right one and there's the other one.
And my mother's an AKA. My mother's an AKA, and yeah, she went in the grad chapter back in '91.
Man, shout out to them. Shout out to my good brothers over there, Kappa Delta chapter, FAMU for Alpha Phi Omega National Service Fraternity Incorporated.
Look at her. That's your paddle behind you, right, Doc?
Oh, I got one, and then I got one right here too.
Alpha Phi Omega.
Hey,
I've seen it around on Gramblin's campus. Yeah,
that's Killer Kanu on Gramblin's chapter.
I think Santoria Black is a member. I think he said he was a member of Alpha Phi Omega. Santoria Black in media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, a cool guy.
Chapter in Jackson State. My chapter, Mighty New Sigma and Stephen F. Foster. Shout out to the chapter of Sig Pi and Prairie View. Man, look, we in the building. And plus, like I said, my national president came. My national president came from FAMU. Shout out to the Honorable Disraeli Smith. So, in fact, when did he play? I think he played. We all came in the same year together, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. But it's good that we all talked about this because it needed to be, some of the stuff needed to be said. And for all the folks that's on Twitter talking all that bullshit, I'm gonna be like Riley off. I'm gonna be like Riley off of Boondocks. Eat a sack of baby dicks, nigga.
Hey man, I'm out. We'll see y'all tomorrow. 8:30 tomorrow, man.
I'm like magnificent at all times. All right, Doc, I'm gonna run out of two.
All right, Keith, it's great conversing with you for the first time, man. All right, Doc, you take care. All right.
We out of here, y'all.
All right.
Blessed, be safe, hug your loved ones and love all your loved ones. Crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. We up out of here. Be easy. Peace.